hello, everybody. Welcome to the show, Mike and T. Hello, T-Roy. How
buddy.
are you?
Oh, I'm so good, I can't stand it.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. I don't know how long of a show we're going to do today. I'll be honest with you.
Let's wrap it up right about there.
Yeah, we could.
Have a good night, everybody.
We could. I've never wanted like a caramel and a bed more in all my life.
That sounds fantastic.
Yeah, and that's where I'm leaning. Mm-hmm. I was on the fence about even doing a show because it's late, and I've been going to PT 2 days in a row. So finally, it was like, okay, go to PT, and it's a different routine at PT now.
That seems a little aggressive. Don't they normally do like 3 days a week? So you have a little downtime in between.
You know what? I really like my guy Michael.
Yeah.
That and so he's he owns the place. He's running the joint, so he's not always available, and it could be weeks out before you can see him. And I don't know a lot of the other people. There's some fucking biscuits in there too.
Yeah, you should give one of them a shot.
Yeah. I'm seeing Cat on Monday.
There you go. See?
Yeah. I'm too old for all of them, so it doesn't matter. But
so now you're not going again until Monday?
Yeah.
Well, that's genius.
Yeah. Well, then I start going 3 days a week. Mm-hmm. So 2 days this week just get started, and I feel like I've been put through a meat grinder.
Yeah.
They did. I don't even want to look at my back. They did cupping today.
Oh.
Which
all
is,
right.
I don't know if you've ever seen cupping.
I've seen the remnants after the fact.
Yeah, you've seen football players.
Yeah.
Dude.
The big hickeys all over their body.
Yeah. So they put like a suction, like it's like a...
They just plunge you.
Tube. Yeah, and then they pump it or something.
I'm sorry, they do what?
They pump it.
Okay.
Yeah, looks like jacking off, but they pump it.
Okay.
So your skin, when you look at it, because they did it on my legs last year, and that sucked. But it pulls your skin out about 2 inches.
All right.
I mean, it looks disgusting, which is why you get the hickeys that you see when they did. So I don't even want to know what my back looks like right now.
Can you put your dick in there?
Probably.
All right.
I don't know how that would work, but...
Extra 2 inches is extra 2 inches.
Yeah, true. I don't know how long it would last. As soon as they take it off, you'd shrivel right back up to, your normal 1.5 inches or whatever.
So what is the... what's the concept? What is it supposed to do for you?
I don't know. I don't ask.
They didn't even explain it of
I don't
why
ask
they
that
were
many
going
questions.
to do it?
Well, yesterday they did needling on me, and I've had plenty of acupuncture. So I was like, okay, needling, that's cool. And he's like, I go in the sides and on top of where the scars are, and I can get in there and eliminate some of the scar tissue. Start breaking that down and try to eliminate some of the scars. They still look fresh and kind of railroad tracksy. And so they did that yesterday, and that fucking hurt like shit.
Really?
Yeah.
Sticking needles in you hurts?
Yeah.
Huh.
But acupuncture doesn't usually. When I go to Dr. Sue and he does, he's done acupuncture on me before for totally unrelated stuff. That doesn't usually hurt that much, but yeah. So anyways, it's a different, and they're like, yeah, we'll pick it up next week and, get going. And I'm like, oh God, I just want to die.
So now you're going to feel like shit for 4 days.
Yeah.
5 days, 6 days, whatever the fuck it is.
Whatever it is.
Long time.
Who knows?
Long time.
Yeah.
It's a whole week. Today's only Tuesday, right? And you got to go back next Monday?
Yeah,
It's a whole week.
yeah. And I was sitting on the couch upstairs, and I was thinking, just shut it down. Just go to bed, call it. And then I was like, T, let's just go do a show. Which might have been a drastic mistake.
Nah, fuck it. Let's go.
Yeah.
Fire up,
have
man. Let's
fun.
go.
What do we got? What do we got?
What's going on in the news? Something had to happen today.
Well, so a bunch of media outlets were hit with cyber attacks just minutes after reporting on the news that a foreign national who allegedly bribed Joe and Hunter Biden has audio recordings of his conversations with them.
Oh.
Yeah, Senator Chuck Grassley, who's not usually a blowhard, he's an old codger, swamp creature.
I'm not really familiar with his work, but...
Yeah, but nonetheless, he's not one of these like dying to get in front of a microphone and just make shit up.
Much
like
of a grandstander.
Yeah, so if he's saying something, it at least lends a mild bit of credibility to it. Plus, what we've already seen, it's like I don't know who wouldn't be interested in following up on that. Like you accuse Trump of it for 7 years now about taking money from Russia or wherever, but. You actually have this in front of you. It's pretty crystal fucking clear. And everybody that's on Team Joe Biden wants to just give him a pass and like, oh, he's just a upstanding guy. It's like, yeah, he's the same upstanding guy that doesn't recognize his seventh granddaughter. seventh grandchild. Like,
Yeah, he's
whatever
he's a
he
fine,
is, he's
upstanding
that
big guy.
Yeah.
He's a fine, upstanding big guy.
And in one of these phone calls is mentioned the big guy again. Yeah. Senator Chuck Grassley said the FBI possesses a file containing 15 recorded conversations between a Burisma executive and Hunter Biden, and also 2 recordings between that same executive and then Vice President Joe Biden. Conservative news outlets, the Post Millennial, the DC Inquirer, and Human Events, I've never even heard of those.
Nope.
Not a one of them.
Which doesn't lend a ton of credibility.
Well, they just reported on it, and now they're getting bomb threats and cyber attacks. So they reported on the revelations, came under attack, and it was not clear that there was any connection. Well, I'm going to say minutes after you do that, report that, and then these sort of things start happening, I'm going to say more than likely there's a connection. I guess I can't say for sure, but
yeah. You're telling me where there's smoke, there's fire.
Yeah. How strange that our site would be targeted with a DDoS attack just minutes after we released breaking news that basically confirms Joe and Hunter Biden's corruption. That was what the Post Millennial tweeted out. Human Events senior editor Jack Posobiec told Tim Pool Monday night that his team informed him that the outlet was facing a deliberate attempt to take down the website minutes after his report on Grassley's announcement was published.
So
What are they so afraid of?
Did they post the recordings?
No, which is what I would tell the Senator Chuck Grassley. Maybe you want to hold this for a couple days, because everyone's like, impeach him. And it's like, yeah, where does that go?
Right.
What does that even fucking mean, with these clowns?
Exactly.
They all protect themselves. But if you have the audio recordings, instead of allegedly people are saying that allegedly there's recordings.
The FBI has them, right? Is that what they said?
Yeah.
Good luck with that.
Yeah. Yeah. They had to get.
So they're basically, Biden's got them.
Yeah. Essentially.
Essentially.
But that doesn't mean some asshole in Ukraine couldn't post them.
Sure. I mean, there's got to be. I would hope there's copies somewhere. These aren't like the
they
originals.
A ton of them. I don't know. Dan Bongino said his website, the Bongino Report, was under a relentless DDoS attack. But Bongino connected the breach to a show he did earlier in the day when he discussed George Soros. I guess George Soros is stepping down, and his more political 27-year-old son or 37-year-old son is taking over.
All right, good.
Great news.
Hand him the checkbook.
Yeah, great news. He's only worth $25 billion, so how much damage can he do? Wonderful. I was like, this guy's like 93. He's got to just drop dead at some point, and this will all be over.
Nope.
No.
The apple does not fall far from. Wait, say his son's 27?
37.
37. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So he had him late, but,
Yeah. That was the do-over after he got his money, and he had the hot young wife, probably.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
That's usually how that works.
All the conservative websites for them appear to be running normally today. Grassley dropped the bombshell during a Senate floor speech Monday, saying these recordings were allegedly kept as a sort of insurance policy for the foreign national in case he got into a tight spot. The FBI also indicates that then VP Biden may have been involved in Burisma employing Hunter Biden.
No.
Yeah.
No way.
Wait, you mean a guy with no experience and a crackhead
Say it ain't
and
so.
a sex addict?
Unbelievable. I mean, I would think the resume speaks for itself,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, sure.
Obviously the best qualified for that position, clearly.
The identity of the informant has not been publicly disclosed, but Comer and Grassley have characterized him as a trusted FBI source. The FBI has resisted producing the document to Congress, warning that it contains unverified information and disclosing it could endanger sources and investigations.
Yeah, there you go, just like the laptop.
Just like the Steele dossier.
Right.
Yeah, just put it out there,
Unverified.
I would say, though, let us hear the audio.
That'd be nice. I'd
People
like to
are
hear what's going on.
skeptical. I think a lot of people believe that Joe Biden is corrupt as fuck, but unless they have, absolutely unequivocally can see evidence showing that,
Yeah.
you
better have the receipts before you come to the party.
Yeah, exactly.
For sure.
Yeah. It's a strange time we're living in, that's for sure.
It is.
No doubt about it.
You know, everybody loves top shelf service, world-class experience, and of course, communication and support after their sale. So don't settle for the ordinary. Go see our friends and the original sponsors, Zott, Ford, and Holly. Because when you work with Gabara, Anthony, and their whole crew, you'll get all that plus the yummiest deals in the D. Starting with Zott Ford's,
Yummiest?
the yummiest deals in the D.
All right.
Starting with Zott Ford's employee pricing for everyone on remaining 22 F-150s plus 0% financing. Holy shit. 0% financing and employee pricing. They got to get those fuckers off the lot. Hurry, because they're not going to last long, obviously. Plus, the team at Zott wants to help you get out of your high interest rate car loan and replace it with 0% financing and up to $4,500 in rebates. That's real money. Or if you bought out your lease and are ready for something fresh, we can slide you out and get you an extra $1,000 on your trade-in. Finally, Zott Ford still has their famous sign and drive leases where you can lease a new 23 Bronco Sport, Explorer, or F-150 with payments just over $400 a month, sign and drive. See the smorgasbord of deals and their delicious inventory.
Okay, there's a lot of food
deals in the
references here.
D. I know, is he hungry? Did he write this right before
Yeah,
lunch?
starving.
Right?
Yeah.
Have a Snickers, Steve. You got yourself when you're hungry.
Yeah. RadioFor1.com. You can listen there. You can buy merch there. Amazon link, Amazon Canada. Please use those folks. They really do help. My Pillow, promo code TDC. Groupon is there. Click on our Groupon link and, do whatever you do on Groupon. Link to our Patreon page.
You save
as
money.
well.
That's what you do on Groupon, Michael. You
That's the
save
whole
money.
point. Yeah.
Hey,
And they give a
speaking of,
kickback to us, so we'll take it.
Every little bit helps.
Yeah.
Speaking of Patreon, we have a new member,
Oh, yeah?
Mr. Forey Milzow.
Okay.
Yes.
Love me some Forey Milzo.
Absolutely. Good friend of the show.
Yep.
Feeds us well. Forey, my man, welcome aboard.
Yeah. Might have to, you'll hear more from Forey
There'll be
in the
some
coming
other things coming
days.
up.
Yeah.
But as of right now, he is a new Patreon member.
All right.
My dude.
Thank you, Forey. Much appreciated. Welcome aboard, sir. Pro golf. This is the story that G sent me. I was telling you about yesterday.
Oh, okay, for the merger with
Yeah.
Liv and the double penetration tour.
Yes. They'll now be synonymous with a joint venture bankrolled by the Saudi government's massive piggy bank. Have you heard about this PIF, the Public Investment Fund?
No.
This just has $650 billion sitting in it.
Is this a Saudi thing?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's just all their excess from all their oil and shit, I guess.
Yeah. But what amounts to a purchase of an entire sport is not a one-off impulse buy. The oil-rich kingdom is splurging to style itself as the ultimate hub for elite sports. Well, that's what I think of when I think of Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, fuck women's rights. You
Yeah,
know?
that's overrated. I mean, I wouldn't expect them to be, the hub of women's sports over
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
But,
maybe they'll go after maybe they'll surprise us and go after the WNBA like
Yeah.
they've done with the PGA Tour,
yeah, why don't you
LPGA
get that,
Tour.
and get the influx of money into there? They could certainly use it.
Yeah, they're just chuckling at that.
Dying on the vine over there.
What is?
The WNBA.
Yeah. Oh, but they've always been. But they're fully funded by the NBA, so it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter at all. They want to be the ultimate ultimate hub for elite sports, world-class art, and luxury leisure. All these investments are a part of a Vision 2030, an effort by the country's de facto leader, MBS, Mohammed bin Salman, the prince there, to diversify its fossil fuel-dependent economy. And major prong of the plan is convincing the world that Saudi is no longer an ultra-conservative theocracy.
Okay.
Good luck with that.
You have to do more than words, I think.
Yeah, I think so too. They do let chicks drive now,
Oh, all
a
right.
little bit.
Sure.
Yeah, remember it was the most adorable story a couple of years ago when the ladies were practicing. They would go and close down the amusement park.
And then just go bumper cars in through there.
Yeah.
That one with like the bar down the middle, so you can't go too far off. The cars were you didn't even have to steer; it would just take you straight down the road.
Yeah.
Like bumper bowling.
I don't know if that's what they
cars.
had, but I remember they put a black tarp up all the way around it, so no guys could see them in jeans and regular shirts.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
I know.
Where's all the cash going? Saudi is going all out to achieve sports superpower status. Cristiano Ronaldo is already scoring for Al Nassr FC in Riyadh. Beginning in 21, Formula One stars started competing annually at the state-of-the-art racetrack in Jeddah. for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix, and it wants more. The kingdom is reportedly eyeing investments in boxing and cricket. Knock yourselves out. They can have boxing and cricket. I don't have a problem with that. They can take polo for all I care.
Yeah, you can have it.
Yeah, any of the women's sports, knock yourselves out.
Cricket's a weird one, man.
Some speculate, yeah. Nobody knows what's going on with cricket.
No.
Literally nobody.
It's crazy.
People that play cricket don't know what's going on with cricket.
I'll never, like, sometimes you just whack the shit out of it, and sometimes you're just like, peek. I guess
Yeah.
it's a bunt in cricket, maybe. But
I guess.
But I've seen where, like, the guy does that, and, like, they're like,
God,
you got
nailed
us.
us.
Like, shit. Like,
Yeah.
They don't even, like, try and go get it. Like, that was a good one.
Do they get paid in cricket?
I assume. It's probably, there's
I
gotta
mean,
be. It's
yeah,
gotta
but
be.
is it like they're making 50 grand a year? Or are they making
I have no
20
idea.
million a year?
Listen, over there's probably some legit leagues that make real money, would be my guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's over on that side. It's huge.
Some speculate it could come for the NBA.
Yeah, I don't think we're
Knock
going to be
yourselves
all
out.
right.
China's got the tabs on NBA.
Sure.
Which
I got to, that's a lovely area over there.
Where?
Like the UAE, the fucking Abu Dhabi, Saudi,
Oh, yeah,
Dubai,
yeah.
Qatar, all that stuff over there, man. It's a nice little area.
Yeah. I don't know that I'm dying to go there
No,
personally, but, you know, I'm not dying to go many places.
sure.
So,
Bahrain,
yeah.
although
yeah.
Saudi Arabia is like the whole air, like inland part of it, and then that stuff's all like little places on the water.
Yeah. No, I've seen what they did in Abu Dhabi or
Dubai.
Dubai.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is pretty incredible. You would think Mother Nature would really fuck up those plans. You know, when you have islands of the world and all that kind of stuff, where
Yep.
they trucked in
It's crazy.
tons and tons of sand.
Burj
and all
Tower
that.
and stuff.
Yeah.
a little
Burj
time in Dubai.
Khalifa, I believe it is.
Spent a little time there myself.
Did you really?
I've been to Dubai quite a bit.
Yeah. Was Burj Khalifa nice? Was it built
I
then?
did not go there.
No.
It was. I mean, you could see it obviously, but I didn't.
Yeah,
go.
it's one of the tallest buildings on
You had to pay to
planet
go
Earth.
in, and not that
Really?
I couldn't afford it. I just chose not to. Like, all right, I don't need to go in your stupid fucking building that bad.
You had to pay to go in it? Yeah, I had to pay
You
to
see
go.
the tennis court that hangs off the side of the building?
Yeah.
That's fucking nuts.
Nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had to pay to go into the One World Trade to go up to the top, and they've got, restaurant up there. And I mean, you can see shit, all of New York. I mean, it's incredible.
Oh, I'm sure, yeah.
But I think Beth and I had to pay some amount of money to go up there, and
Probably.
maybe they'd take you to the 30th floor, but not if you wanted to go all the way up.
Well, you want to go all the way down.
Yeah, there you go. Some speculated could come from the NBA, which recently allowed sovereign fund investments. So that would include someone like Saudi Arabia, or even the NFL, which currently forbids foreign ownership. Now, if a few of these sports jump in and accept foreign ownership and allow those billions and billions that translate to trillions coming in,
Yeah.
the NFL will fall in line. I mean, Christ, they're already falling all over themselves to stuff as many stupid games in Mexico City and as many
Europe.
stupid games in Europe as they can. They're the biggest waste of time. They're garbage games usually.
Yeah.
It's
the time sucks of it. I mean,
the whole thing sucks for fans in America. The whole thing sucks.
I do like waking up to breakfast ball.
I
like we
don't
talked
because
about
they
with
usually suck. They're
Well, it's
usually
a
the
shitty game,
shittiest
I know, but
games.
it's still better than no football.
That counts on week one.
You know what I hate?
When you're just desperate for football.
No, but what I hate is when I forget one of those games is in fucking Europe.
Oh,
and it
God.
starts off at like 8 o'clock, and I didn't set my lineup yet
Yeah,
because I like
yeah.
to watch, the 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock shit to see who's in, who's out, all that
Yeah.
kind of stuff. Weather reports and stuff.
Find
the
out
like.
two of your guys are not playing.
Exactly.
Or
They
are
already,
playing.
they didn't start them and they're playing or
You
whatever.
would think that would be there'd be a safe fail almost. But they'd go, you know what? This is some wacky fucking 8 a.m. start in Europe. When it's broadcast in America, most people forget about it. They don't care.
Doesn't matter.
But they all
Kickoff.
yeah.
And be like, oh, dude, I meant to put that guy in. He had 7 touchdowns and 800 yards.
What's wrong
I
with
meant to.
setting your lineup on Thursday and then as a double, just as a safety measure? And then, obviously you look at who's healthy, who's a late scratch.
Generally do.
Yeah.
But like I said, it happens sometimes.
Okay. It's not neglecting the arts either. Saudi is hosting an Andy Warhol exhibition in the desert this year and plans to build a contemporary art museum in partnership with the world-renowned Paris-based Center Pompidou. Both cinemas and music festivals were banned there until 2017, but last year it hosted the Red Sea International Film Festival featuring some LGBTQ programming while it still outlaws homosexuality. So I guess it's a good sign they didn't take those performers up on the roof and chuck them down.
Probably good, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the same month, Post Malone and Bruno Mars performed in front of crowds at the Soundstorm Musical Festival. Experts say that the glamour of its culture calendar is meant to distract from the fact that Saudi Arabia is an absolute monarchy with abysmal human rights, virtually non-existent religious freedom, and troublesome labor practices that one human rights advocate described as modern-day slavery. Geopolitical risk consultant Sami Hamdi told Morning Brew he sees it as a way to buy the loyalty of the nation's youth. He describes it as a social contract between MBS and the Saudis, which Hamdi calls a simple one. I will let you party, I will let you wear a bikini on a beach, but in exchange, you will not ask me for civil rights.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll give you a couple, but you can't have them all.
Shut the fuck up.
Okay.
Don't push your luck. Do you remember Jamal Khashoggi? Do you?
Rest in power, my dude.
Don't forget it. For companies doing business in Saudi Arabia, Hamdi warns that besides the obvious reputational risk, there are also issues with transparency and the rule of law for companies starting projects there. The position of their local business partner within the political structure of Saudi Arabia means more than official regulations. And even those billions might not convince elites Saudi Arabia is truly a place to be. It's rumored that Lionel Messi's wife and her reluctance to move to a country that only recently allowed women to drive was a factor in his decision.
I could see
to
that.
turn that down. He doesn't need the money.
He's taking his talents to South Beach.
Yeah, is that what he's doing? He's
went to
going to try and
Miami.
make it in America? Yeah.
He already they signed him, I think, to the Miami.
Isn't it like a couple
MLS.
$100 million a year or some shit?
Yeah, it's a lot of money. What they're paying him?
Yeah.
It's way less than he could have gotten.
Yeah.
But I'm sure it's plenty. And I think there's a lot of back end stuff on that. Like he can get his own team and franchise. I heard some of the details on it. Like they just had to sweeten the pot for him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whatever.
And his wife can do whatever she wants in Miami Beach.
Yeah.
With no limitations and no one telling her what to wear, how to dress, how to,
Exactly.
if she can drive.
Happy wife, happy life.
Yeah. Yeah. And plus, he's already got everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When you're an international global superstar on that level, it'd be silly. You don't need to do that. Sorry, I'm trying to find a comfortable spot. I'll get there.
Good luck with that. You're doing great, buddy. You're
Am
doing
I-
great.
am I doing great?
Really, really proud of you.
I don't feel great.
You look fantastic.
I'll be very, very honest with you. I don't feel great.
I didn't even notice.
Good. A plus sizer is doubling down on her demand.
I'm sorry, what? A biggin?
Yeah, a biggin.
Okay.
Is doubling down on her demand that airlines scrap their discriminatory policies and give overweight passengers extra seats for free. As one expert suggested, it was her human right to get what she wants. Jalen Chaney made headlines when she called for the FAA to offer an extra free seat or even 2 or 3 seats.
Sure, why not? Take
Yeah.
a whole row.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. I mean, it's your human right after all.
Yeah. I mean, if you weigh as much as 2 people and you take up the seats of 2 people, then you should have to pay for 2 people.
Yeah. No. It's a human right. I still don't understand why I pay as much for shoes as you do. I'm a size fucking 9. You're a 13.
Yeah.
Why the hell we buy the same pair of fucking Crocs or Nikes?
Yeah. Because those kids over there, it takes the same amount of work to make them.
Does it?
Yeah. Just a little bit
more-
more material. The
more
material's
material.
nothing.
Yeah. Don't you feel like you're gouging the system a little bit?
No, not at all. Because just about everything these days that I have to buy in a 2X costs more. There's an upcharge. Everything up till XL is fine. You hit that double X, and all of a sudden it's an extra $5.
Talk to the triple X's about it, because sometimes you can.
Sometimes I go triple
triple
X because I know it's gonna shrink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But those 2Xs, sometimes those are normal price. They're like
Sometimes.
normal sized human prices. But that's never the case when you get to the 3s, the 4s, the 5s.
Yeah, it's starting to creep down into the double X.
What's that?
It's starting to creep down into the double X now.
Yeah, that's kind of shitty.
Well, if that's the case, then why isn't it staggered pricing all the way through? A small is one price, medium's more, large is more.
Yeah, no, I know. I get it. But I admit I was offended the first time I bought a 2X sweatshirt.
And you had to pay more.
Yeah. It was $5 more. And it was like, It wasn't about the $5. It was like them going,
Yeah.
hey, fatso.
There you go.
Don't think you're fucking walking out of here without us acknowledging how fat you are.
One less cheeseburger going in that fucking pie hole.
Yeah, exactly.
We're doing you a favor.
Jaylene Cheney made headlines when she called for them to offer this free seat or 2 or 3 seats. Why not? Just have only 3 people on a plane. Have 3 behemoths on a plane. Let them take up the whole space.
Don't put them all on the same side.
No. Cheney conceded other passengers may have to foot the bill through increased fares.
Okay.
Yeah. So if she eats like a pig too, and she wants double meat when she goes to a sub shop,
We got to pay for that.
why? I mean, she requires more calories to keep that weight up.
That's a good point.
Why doesn't she just wait? Here's her solution. To everything. All you skinny should pay for my extra seats. Fuck off.
Yeah, you're not even taking up your whole seat.
Yeah.
That little skinny bird over there is only using half her seat. Give me her half.
Yeah. Give me her a half.
Yep.
Because I'm friggin' huge.
It don't make no sense.
It's so bold. It's so like, who do you fucking think you are? And when you see this woman,
I'm looking at her right now.
yeah, you want to pull a picture of her?
Not really.
Does she look like she's helped herself in any way at all?
Like at the buffet? Yeah, she helped herself a lot.
Good Lord. Imagine sitting next to that on a plane.
no.
I would get up and demand another flight. Like, I'm not doing this. This is so over the top, obnoxiously fat. No, lady, you're going to get craned out of a house at some point.
You're right.
You know what I mean? They're going to backboard you onto a plane.
Enjoy both those feet while you have them.
Yeah. You're not getting buried with both your feet. So, Cheney, who is a size, what would you guess?
Oh, God. I don't even know how that stuff works.
With chicks?
Yeah, but I think that's got to be like somewhere in the fucking high 20s.
No, I mean, like if it was like in our world. She's a
Oh.
6XL.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, for sure. That's a lot.
I saw a lady the other day. I was at the florist.
How much air you think gets through this part over through
None.
here, man? Like none? Like,
None. There are bed sores under there.
there's got to be like cheese like under a hood, under a hooded cock uncut.
And look, I get it. It's hard, man. It's hard work.
I know. Hey,
to maintain a level. You know what I mean? It just is. But it's the audacity to act like, no.
Shit.
Normal sized people can pay to make up for what I look like.
yes,
That's the part that's so appalling and offending.
that is offensive,
Yeah. It just is. It's like, lady, you did that to yourself.
right?
If you could have a doctor's note that says, you know what, this is a glandular issue with this particular individual. It happens to a small percentage of populations, but it's a reality. And no amount of working out or eating healthy is going to change this. Her bodily structure is what is doing this. And at that point, you go, okay, you know, if we need to make exceptions in society to help people out a little bit, I don't really have a problem with that. I know people would game that system, though.
They would absolutely.
They would pay off a family doctor to go, yeah, it's fucking glandular.
What's that?
It's just like all the pets that were allowed on.
Ozempic? Is that the one now that everybody's just losing all this ridiculous amount of weight
the
on?
Hollywood's taking like crazy because they lose like 30% of their body weight.
Why don't we just start shoving her Ozempic down her throat? See what happens.
Just load all of her
Just see what
fucking
happens.
steak sandwiches with
Right.
Ozempic. Yeah, I don't know.
Mix them in with those multivitamins.
She said, so let's see, where was I here? People with smaller bodies get to pay one fare to get to their destination. We have to pay 2 fares, even though we're getting the same experience. If anything, our experience is a little more challenging. Air Passenger Rights founder Gabor Lucas said that he agrees. So through that lens of human rights, I don't see any justification for charging these people a double fare. He suggested that Cheney should get free seats to spread herself out because airlines do not apply discounts to slim passengers or children who take up less space. Yeah, but it's the same.
But it's still one seat.
It's one seat.
Still, that's what we're talking about. It's one seat. If you
Like,
can shoehorn yourself into one seat, okay. If you have to spill over into a second, then you're going to have to pay for that seat.
Yes.
Sorry.
And when I brought Cece back, okay, she was 10 weeks old at the time. She was tiny. She was a wee little thing. And I had I had to get all the measurements right on the carrier for her. And I had to get a first class seat. because it was the only one that had enough leg room that I could put her down for takeoff or whatever. And then she had to stay on my lap. Very uncomfortable the whole flight. It was the worst first class flight you could have because you didn't really get to stretch out. I had this fucking giant box on me with a dog in it, the whole time. And it's like, yeah, I mean, I had to pay more for that flight because it wouldn't have fit in a normal seat. So that's what we had to do. So yeah, she should just get free airlines. And this idea that seats, if seats shrunk to like fit a certain person, it's like, oh, this kid's 4, he only needs half that seat, so we're gonna and move that seat closer because you got a real tub of shit sitting next to you. You could almost do it like a puzzle, and it's like, okay, fatties go here,
right,
and then children go on either side of them.
Each row by weight.
Yeah, and so it's like, yeah, we widen this thing 2x, 3x, 4x, so Jaylene Cheney feels comfortable, and then we got 2 fucking infants on either side of her.
What if I have so anthropophobia is a fear of people? What if I book?
Well, you ought to get free tickets.
What if I book a center seat, middle seat?
Yeah,
and then say I have anthropophobia, and I can't have anybody in my vicinity.
Medical condition,
right?
Free seats.
Gain the system.
Fucking people away from you.
All right, let's figure it out. Let's figure out how to play the system.
Dude, we found out that there are millions of ways to game the system. We saw it with support animals. And support animals, it went from a legitimate condition to where there was a handful of people in society. But the problem is, it's very expensive to travel with a dog or a cat. Some people are allergic to cats and dogs shit whenever at times, especially on a flight.
Yeah, they don't know the difference.
And you can't. There's certain airports it's too warm outside. You can't have them housed in the belly of the plane. So there's all kinds of services.
Get up 30,000 feet, it's fucking freezing up there.
But when they're on the ground in an airport, you put them in a plane for an hour idling while baggage is being loaded. You come out with a cooked animal. It's dead. It's just like putting your car on an 85-degree day in a parking lot. The dog's not going to survive in there. And so there's all kinds of services where you can have individual travel services. I looked into them for Cece, where a van and a couple people would come pick up your dog. Right. And they would drive cross country, dropping off other dogs at their destinations. Yeah. So you could get into this like, thing where you had like 8 dogs going cross country together from doggy California to New York. And it was doggy rideshare. And they'd all get out and whiz together. They'd all eat together. But, it was like, I don't want her in a cage with 7 other fucking dogs she doesn't know.
She might have had the time of her life.
Maybe she would have. But it was like, no, I only knew her for a week. There was no way I was coughing her up. And it's like, yeah, we'll see you in Michigan in a couple of weeks. No, that wasn't going to work. Anyway, but so people loved the idea of being able to bring their fucking name the pet onto the plane, like, oh yeah, emotional support. Yeah. Here's my emotional support boa constrictor, my emotional support chicksen, my emotional support pig.
There was a peacock.
Peacock. Dude, of course I remember the peacock. It got ridiculous. Right. And there was a dog that was walking through the aisle, big-ass dog. It's like, no, this is not trained. Those dogs cost so much fucking money to train. They take years and tens of thousands of dollars to train those dogs to, like, I'm your guy. I'm your eyes and ears. I shit where I'm supposed to. I eat when I'm supposed to. I don't cause a scene. Nobody fucking pet me. You don't pet those dogs. You leave them be because they're working. They're working dogs. And so when you have one that's walking up and down the aisles and shitting to the point that they're making an emergency fucking landing because the smell is so horrific in the plane, this is a problem. And now you can't bring all your fucking
shit, take it in the bathroom, animals. Flush it down the toilet, and then it's...
You would think. I thought it was a little over the top, too. But they landed the plane, I want to say, in Denver.
Okay.
Whatever. Enough people bitched about it.
Yeah, right.
So there's a lot of a negative attention and prejudice against plus-size people that impacts the issue. Yeah, that's reality too. I mean, are we going to deny all reality? I'm sorry.
I think that's where we're at these days.
Yeah, denying all reality. Yeah, true.
So this checks out perfectly.
Cheney agreed and said that she believes other overweight flyers are not asking for anything more than the same treatment a person with a smaller body gets. No, you're asking for a lot more. You're demanding not equal treatment. You're demanding special treatment. No one with a regular sized body is asking for 2 or 3 seats.
Yeah.
You're asking for something more above and beyond, right? And that's $1,000 in seats in general pop.
Yeah, depending on what you're doing, right? And where you're going, what that flight is, yeah.
Her change.org petition suggests otherwise as it asks airlines to accommodate the larger customers who encroach on other passengers' space. At the bare minimum, the FAA should issue guidance that helps plus-size passengers navigate their travel plans. Well, they could offer a 2-year exercise plan. Would that work?
Yeah.
I don't think it would.
A yearly subscription to Ozempic.
Yeah.
Give them a shot.
Yeah,
30%. I mean, she's easy $3
She's easy $4.
Well, just for the
3
math.
plus.
Just for the math. We'll say she's 3 spins.
Yeah.
And you take 30% off of that, then that knocks her down to 200. You can shove 200 into a seat.
Yeah. I'm walking proof of that.
Yeah.
She also wants airlines to be forced to refund overweight passengers for any extra seats they've been forced to purchase when booking to accommodate their size. Okay, Tubby, airlines will not eat that adjustment. The rest of us will. You know that, right?
What about where's my refund when there's a beast just overflowing the seat next to me and just laying on top of me?
Yeah.
Where's my refund for that?
Fuck you. You're lucky you're in shape enough.
Thank you.
Yeah. So her change.org petition said air travel should be comfortable and accessible for everyone, regardless of size. Okay, I'm going to stop you right there. I think that's where we disagree.
Yeah.
You know, nothing you do in your existence is comfortable.
How's your car, by the way?
Yeah.
How you fit into that easily?
Dude, should Ferrari make a fat person model?
Exactly.
Should Lamborghini do that too, to accommodate you?
Right.
Because that's what you want. Here's the problem, sweetheart. Nothing in your existence is comfortable. Trust me. When I had undiagnosed type 2 diabetes and I packed on 50 fucking pounds seemingly out of nowhere and couldn't lose it until I got, doctor intervention. They were like, yeah, here's what's going on. And then the shit fell right off. But that year where I was fucking 50 pounds heavier than I am now was a nightmare in every aspect. Simple walking to the mailbox was a struggle. Doing anything was a struggle, a nightmare. I'd break into sweats just eating. Like, it was horrible. So you can't tell me that this pig, any part of her existence is comfortable. It's not.
No.
So you're demanding the airlines at their cost or the rest of our costs make it as comfortable for you as possible. Why don't we just put a king-size bed in one quarter of the plane for you? Would you like to take a nap cross country?
No. We need to make the aisles wider so that she can comfortably get up and down the aisles.
There's no fucking way she's comfortably getting through the aisle.
Just imagine everybody in the aisle seat just getting fucking ass or titty, ass or belly.
Yeah. Or vagine and
way
ass,
down.
depending. Vagine and titties and ass. If she tries to sidewind it down the aisle.
Yeah.
As plus-size travelers, my partner and I you have a partner that's plus-size too?
Oh, man.
I do not want to see family vacations involving the Cheney family on any flight I'm going on.
No.
As plus-size travelers, my partner and I have unfortunately experienced discrimination and discomfort while flying. Welcome to the rest of our world, too. I'm very discomforted. It's discomforting for me in a plane. During a flight from Pasco to Denver, my fiance was subject to hateful comments, disapproving looks, and even refusal to sit next to them.
Well, yeah, when you're overflowing.
Yeah. When you were pouring
you
onto the other seats. I'm sorry, lady. I don't know what to tell you.
Right. Well, fine. This is my
There's something you
space.
can do about this and your fiance.
This is my box. This is my space.
Yeah.
And you're encroaching upon it.
Right.
So that's a problem.
Right. What if you don't think your screen's big enough and you want to take my screen and make it a double screen? Is that cool? Because I'm not comfortable enough watching on this smaller screen. So similarly, even amounting to discrimination. Okay, so someone doesn't want to sit next to your clownish ass on a plane. That's discrimination? I don't think so. I don't think that's discrimination.
No, but
I think that's like, look, it's
easy way to
barely
make
comfortable
you
to
the
begin
victim.
with.
It's an easy way to make you the victim.
Right. Yeah.
Which is what we're really talking about here.
And the reality is very few people are just flat out comfortable on a plane. The seats aren't very comfortable. There's not a ton of leg room. I'm short, and that it's not enough for me. If I've got a backpack that I have to keep stored under there, my leg room's gone. It sucks. It sucks for all of us. So I was forced to occupy only one seat with a movable armrest that caused me pain and bruises. Being forced to occupy only one seat can result in pain and vulnerability to poor treatment from fellow passengers, including hateful comments.
No. Pain and discomfort to other passengers. Let's not forget about that part of it.
That's true.
Yeah.
Sounds like you're an RV family. You know what I mean?
I think buses have pretty big seats.
They can. And I don't know how that works if individual seats on buses. But no one's going to sit next to this family of two who takes up like a family of six.
Yeah.
You know, they're going to be left alone. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know what we're doing. I don't know why we're putting up with this. I just don't. I don't know why.
I don't like the fact where we have to change the rules.
Yeah.
That's the part I don't like.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, now we just got to start changing all the rules.
Yeah.
When it doesn't conform to what somebody wants.
Historically in this country, what people would do when they saw something that they deemed unfair or failing to address an issue, they would build a better mousetrap. That's kind of the ingenious thing about Americans. There's a lot of that kind of attitude. Like, instead of crying about what I didn't build and how they're running their operation,
Necessity is the mother of all invention.
I'm going to build my own, and I'm going to operate it completely different.
I don't think this moose is going to start up
An airline company, maybe not.
Flying piggies.
Yeah, but there's lots of people we
Just
see
like
that
one seat on each side.
yeah. The easy thing to do is just claim victimhood, no matter what, across the board. Even if it's self-inflicted, it doesn't
Right.
matter. That's just an easier way to go than trying to like really address a problem. What you're asking is for everybody to pay for your neglect. It took you decades to get to where you are. You were not born that way. You got that.
Now
way.
everybody else has to make concessions for you, as opposed to
Right.
you making any concessions.
Yeah. And Americans don't like being told what to do.
Yeah.
They just don't. Yeah. I mean, when I go into PT and I see fucking Michael and he's shredded like a goddamn superhero, my surgeon is like that, my other doctor's like that. These guys are fucking shredded.
Yeah.
I don't look at them and go, I got cheated somehow. I didn't get cheated.
No. They put in the work.
Yeah, a lot of it. And they eat shit that I wouldn't be dying to eat, probably, to maintain it. You know, and it's like, okay, that's what they're willing to go through. That's what they're willing to do to look like this, to be peak physical specimens.
Sure.
You know, now I can pray at night that they all die early of cancer. I wouldn't, but I could. But that's the extent of it would be for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just is what it is.
Maximum effort.
Yeah.
Full on prayer.
Sweden's, they say football player. I'm assuming they mean soccer.
Of course.
Yeah. Neela Fisher has revealed that the women's national team, now, I don't really have a problem with this, you know, because it was just the women's female team. They were forced to strip down and show their box for doctors
Okay.
to prove they were female at the 2011 Women's World Cup in Germany.
Okay.
This is back before we were like, no, guys can
Let 'em
be
play.
girls and let them play, and
Sure.
you're a bigot if you think otherwise. Germany at the time was getting down there with a magnifying glass, seeing if there was a fucking micro cock in there somewhere peeking out of a bush. You know,
Spread your legs. Make sure you're not tucked.
what we were told that we would have to shave down there, the vagine, in the coming days, and that we will show our vagines to the doctor. No one understands the thing about shaving, but we do as we are told and think, how did it get to this? Why are we forced to do this now? There has to be other ways to do this. Should we refuse? At the same time, no one wants to jeopardize the opportunity to play at a World Cup. We just have to get this shit done, no matter how sick and humiliating it feels.
It's a doctor, first of all. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You sit in a chair with your legs in stirrups, spread fucking wide eagle for a doctor all the time.
Yeah.
You know, you've gone through physicals your whole life. So let's stop acting like this is you're not doing it like at midfield, packed stadium, like
right
on the sidelines before you go out and play. After warm-ups, they got to come back, drop trow, and go in there and, grab you like a fucking six-pack, make sure you're real.
Outside of the few Audis, and there's a few fucking meat pockets down there, for the most part, the vagine is just,
Yeah. And why are they so bad about having to shave? What are you doing down there anyway? You're just letting it go fucking wild? Like, I would hope you got that thing kept anyway.
Yeah. Well, in 2011.
Believe me, that was still prime shave time.
That was like.
There was nothing. That was hardwood floors. Exactly.
Yeah.
It's coming back around now.
Yeah.
But not in 2011. There was nothing.
No. If you showed up to a fucking date or a house party with a blowout in 2011, you might get assaulted. I mean, definitely thrown out of wherever you are.
Yeah, right.
Not saying that's right or wrong, but
Did you come out of a time machine? What the fuck?
Oh, I didn't know you were from Amazonia. What's going on with you? I understand what I have to do and quickly pull down my pants and underwear at the same time. Again, flashing.
Get in, get out. Make sure let me ask you this. If they didn't do this and you went out there and you played a bunch of dudes that kicked the shit out of you, would you feel better?
No, I don't think they would.
Okay.
Now that the retiring ones now don't give a shit. They're like, yeah, bring on the boys. Yeah. It's like you routinely got your asses kicked by 15-year-old boy high school teams.
Right.
The fuck are you talking about?
What'd Rapin' Ho do with her cock?
She's probably got one of those Target swimsuits and the tuck rule.
Oh, yeah.
Just does one of those. The physio nods and says, yep. So he probably just took that vagine, went with his fingers, said nothing seemed to fall out.
Good to go.
Yeah, opened it up really quick, gave it a quick sniff,
make sure it's legit.
Quick lick, and then went, is there anything in here? He probably stuffed a hand up there, fished around a little bit. So by all accounts, this is a vagine.
Tastes like a vagine.
Yeah, smells like a vagine. I'm going to take it for a quick spin around the stadium, and then you guys get to practice. Mm-hmm. Good luck in the World Cup. When everyone so he goes, yep, looks at the doctor who is standing with his back to the doorway. He makes a note, moves on in the corridor to knock on the next door. When everyone on our team is checked, that is to say, has exposed their vagine, our team doctor can sign that the Swedish women's national football team consists only of women.
All right.
Yeah.
As it should be.
Yeah.
I think that's what we're going for. 2011 was ahead of its time.
You know why they don't have to do this with men? Because it seems sexist. Like, why are you only checking vagines? Why don't you check cocks? Mm-hmm. Because there's not a single vagine on planet Earth who could jump into the men's team and make a difference.
Very true. Could
dominate. Mm-hmm. That person has not ever, and will not ever exist.
No, the greatest woman player on planet Earth wouldn't make the fucking practice squad.
Yeah, not even close. 2 weeks before the tournament got underway, FIFA released its updated gender recognition policies, which remain in place today. The rules require teams sign a declaration stating all players involved in the tourney are of the appropriate gender.
I'm just going to take everybody's word for it now.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to work.
Yeah, again, don't have to physically inspect them anymore.
Not to go back to the emotional support animals, but that was taken at people's word at first too. And
sure.
It's not within 6 months before you got roosters and shit running across your plane.
Yep.
So
here we go.
Inspections were enforced when Nigerian, Ghanaian, and South African teams protested about speculation. They were all rock hard. They were worked up about Equatorial Guinea. And they're like, there's dudes on that fucking team. We just know it.
Mm-hmm. They make them go in there and check boxes?
No, I don't think so at the time, but that kind of kicked it all off. Like, we don't know what's going on with Equatorial Guinea, but these bitches are all claiming these dudes. They're getting poked with boners during play.
It's that thing flopping around in your pants as you're running around the field.
It's unclear why the players were forced to show their vagines rather than submit a simple swab test for the exam. That is commonplace? Well, because...
What's the swab? Just to show that you got a wet vag? What's the swab?
I don't know. Or the mouth, and they'll, it says it's a woman.
What is a woman, Michael?
I don't know. In 2011, we knew.
Is there a swab that you can do that? Oh, I would.
Yeah,
we need to order those. Oh, we need to order those fucking post haste.
Yeah. Here's what I think's going on. Who doesn't love looking at a good vagine?
Right.
Name the male. Mm-hmm. Name the male. And so you've got male doctors, and it's like, yeah, we could do a swab in their cheek test, but Fuck that. I mean, it's just as easy for me to take a gander at all these athletic vagines.
Yeah.
I
Sure,
vote
that's
for
probably some cream of the crop, too.
Can be.
Yeah. I mean, listen,
careful
there's
what
some-
you wish
there's
for. I
some
wouldn't want to
blowouts
do it
out
in the WNBA.
I'm just saying, there's no extra fat around there. It's lean and mean.
Yeah, but Hope Solo is all I need to say.
Sure, that's a thing.
Yeah, that's a real thing. And that Arby's rethought their fucking, commercials after that. It was like, holy shit. We call ourselves a giant roast beef.
How
and then
brilliant
Hope
was that if
Vagine
they
came
gave
out.
her like a sponsor?
Yeah.
She became a sponsor for Arby's.
She just holds all their sandwiches sideways at her crotch. Hi, I'm Hope Solo for the new Gigundous roast beef sandwich.
We have the meat.
Yeah, we have all the meats.
We have the meat curtains.
Fisher said that having the exam conducted by team physios meant the players underwent the ordeal in a safe environment, but was clear that she was displeased with the way situation was handled. Blah, blah, blah. It goes on and on. But
Blah, blah, blah.
what are you going to do?
Yeah, well, when women were women, it was easy.
Yeah.
This part of the show is brought to you by The Party Pub. If you want to impress everyone at your graduation party, wedding reception, poker night, MMA viewing party, or for any other reason, then you need to contact The Party Pub. It's a massive inflatable pub that can be set up wherever you choose. They also have all the best party games, beanbag toss, badminton, giant inflatable screens, axe throwing, and much more. Call Jeff El Jefe at 586-524-6701 or visit thepartypubrentals.com and take your event to the next level. TDC listeners get a 10% discount and 2 free games.
Do you mind if we do a couple Ask T-Roys and a couple emails?
No, do
Shut
it.
her
Get
down.
out of here. Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
I'm
Yeah, this is bonus work.
I'm struggling here. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I feel like shit too.
Do you? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I hope I feel better tomorrow, but no guarantees. Dear T-Roy, my mother-in-law is an attention seeker.
Aren't they all?
Yeah.
Kinda.
Sorta. She's very loud and talks in a baby voice so that everyone looks at her. She made my wedding shower and years later my baby shower all about her and the gifts she gave. Not only did it take the spotlight from my husband and me, but it made other families' gifts.
My husband.
Yeah.
Me.
My husband. It made other family members' gifts or contributions seem inadequate. She always has to give the biggest and best while letting everyone know and distract from other people's special moments. My daughter is being married in a year and a half. She's already told me she does not want Nana there to come dress shopping because she doesn't want to be embarrassed, but she does want my mom and her fiance's mom and grandmother to be there. I've told her that she has to invite Grandma Dorothy. I do love my mother-in-law, and no, you don't.
Yeah.
Gotta say that. You gotta say that.
You got to say that. But
And I want her to come to all the festivities. The problem is she gets irrationally mad if you ask her to modify her behavior in any way. My question is, how do I ask her to reel it in without offending her or making her mad? My husband's solution is to ignore his mother's behavior. Cringing in Missouri.
well, you can't do it without offending her. Period. End of story.
Yeah.
You can't address it without offending her. Like I will say is, sometimes you gotta just shut the fuck up and deal with it.
Yeah.
It's not worth it. It's
kinda how I was
You
thinking.
just take it.
Yeah.
You understand what it is, and
Family's family.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
She's not doing anything wrong per se. She's just annoying and extra.
Yeah.
We've all know that person,
yeah.
but she probably means well. She's just that person.
And she's
just
buying
extra.
the biggest and best gift of all.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah, you can't exclude her without. I mean, yeah, you. There's really nothing you can do here. I mean, if you can have a conversation with her, and somehow get through to her, good luck. Doesn't
Not
seem
gonna
like
happen.
No,
No.
not when you're talking about somebody at that stage of their life. Generally,
Doesn't
they're
it
pretty well
offset-
set in their ways.
again, not to be superficial, but doesn't it offset a little bit when she always consistently brings the best and nicest gift?
Yeah.
So she wants to brag about it a little bit.
Yeah.
So what? If you pick up a $2,000 gift for me and you're like, yeah, it sent me back a couple grand, but it was worth it to see that look on your face. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, it's not about you. It's about everybody else and
Oh, now they all look like shit
making
because they
everybody
gave
else feel like shit.
$25
Like,
gifts.
exactly right. and making sure everybody knows how much you did. We all know that person. We've all seen that person.
I agree with that wholeheartedly. Like the Secret Santa, when it's like, well, we put a $25 limit in it. I do not want anyone to go a nickel over that $25 limit unless they're my Secret Santa and the gift is for me. Then I don't have any problem if they go way over the $25 limit.
Sure.
I'll let it slide.
Right.
I just will.
I just won't tell. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're a little secret.
It's like, oh,
It's
yeah.
fine.
That's fine by me. Yeah. I see what you did there.
Those are just guidelines.
Yeah. Yeah. Recommendations, if you will.
Yeah. No, you're just going to have to take that one on the tits there, lady, I think. You just...
Yeah.
Shut up and take it.
Yeah. Exactly.
It could definitely be worse.
Yeah. Agreed. Dear T. Roy, yeah, she could give dog shit gifts and be the most...
Exactly.
Yeah. Dear T. Roy, I'm a loving husband and a wonderful wife of 40 plus years, but I have one issue with her that I can't understand. If I mention in a very carefully worded manner something that she does that annoys me, she retaliates by bringing up things from decades in the past about me. I have corrected my past behaviors, but she seems to use this as a way of twisting the knife, knowing it hurts me. I have tried explaining this to her. She still does it. Do I just ignore her annoying behavior? Is this her defensive way of getting back at me? What should I do? Wounded in Colorado.
Yeah.
Welcome to the wonderful world of
Women.
women.
Yeah. They do not like to be... what's the word I'm looking for? Criticized.
Constructively
criticized in any way, even the most constructively, and even from the best of places.
Yeah.
They just take that as an attack.
That's
and
tough.
then-
I've seen that too.
Yeah,
I've
and that's
dated
not
girls
true.
where
That's not true of
impossible.
all women, not on any level. Some people do, but a lot of them just exactly go into attack mode. Take it as a personal attack, and oh yeah, well fuck you, this, that. I don't like the way you fucking snore and you chew with your fucking mouth open and you fucking got a small dick. You know,
Yeah.
So there is no reasoning with an irrational woman.
Yeah.
So
I
if
dated one of these too,
dude. You're 40 years into this.
Yeah.
Just fucking deal with it.
Eat
Like
it.
you're not gonna. It's not gonna change. You know, and it's if you're just now trying after 40 years, shame on you. You had to put that work in long ago
To try to change that.
to try and get that either behavior changed or at least that communication opened up.
There's some people that I've had in my life that I gave up on, that I was like, there's no amount of whatever this is going on right now that is acceptable. And I refuse to take fucking blame for it.
Yeah.
I am a passive, non-confrontational person. I've never yelled at a woman. I've never hit a woman. I've never fucking done anything even close. And to have a woman tee off on you when they're in the wrong, it's like, okay. And I tried, okay, I'll take her back and we'll work this out. Like I did that a couple times and was like, no, there's just no fixing some people.
When it's ingrained.
When you
like
have
that.
when you have undiagnosed whatever, bipolarism, something, and it's like, okay, this has gone on your whole life, and hotness excuses a lot of shitty behavior.
Yeah, it masks a lot.
Yeah.
You get away with a lot more.
Yeah. I almost reread that one again. All right, let's do one more.
All right.
I feel like this is going to be me, so I got to be careful. Be careful what you say about this guy. Dear T. Roy, my narcissistic father feels entitled to do whatever he pleases. He has always insisted that since he makes the money far more than my mother's income, he should be waited on and cleaned up after. This guy's dropping some truth bombs. I hate to say it.
I'm listening.
If he stays in my home, he leaves messes everywhere. He's 70, but he acts like a 4-year-old. He loves attention and will do anything to be the center of it, whether it's wearing a kilt or showing off his intellectual prowess. I have no relationship with him, and I'm okay with that. Mom complains constantly about him and then defends him. It's emotionally exhausting. My husband, our kids, and I are appalled at his lack of self-awareness, empathy, or caring. He makes going on vacation a nightmare. He feels that if he does all the driving, then he's done his part and refuses to help with anything else. He's difficult and manipulative. He's getting worse as he gets older, and I no longer want to subject my family to this. My mother doesn't seem to understand this. How do I deal with a narcissistic father and a mother who refuses to acknowledge it and constantly makes excuses for him? Exasperated in Pennsylvania.
Well, you said you don't have a relationship with him, but it sounds like you do.
Yeah, it sounds like you got a big one.
Yeah. Again, you're put your big girl pants on, and you don't want to be a part of it, then you don't have to be a part of it.
Yeah.
You have to deal with the fallout that comes from that. If you choose to,
Yeah.
sorry, we're not going on vacation. No, we don't want to come over for dinner. Dad, you're a fucking maniac, and we're sick of it.
Yeah.
That's fine. Stand up for yourself. But that's
harder for some people to do, but you're absolutely right,
Yeah,
because that might be the only way to kickstart.
That's it. You're
some
never
sort of
gonna
change.
change somebody's behavior without making a statement. Okay,
Right.
and even that may not change their behavior. But if you're at the breaking point and it's I just can't take it anymore.
Yeah.
Well, either shut the fuck up and take it, or do something about it.
Right.
But don't do nothing and then whine about it.
Yeah.
Because that's just unacceptable.
I agree with you, T.
I send a message. Start missing some things. Start missing Christmas.
Yeah.
Stop not having him over. And when he says, "Hey, what's going on? How come we don't see you at Christmas anymore?" Be like, "You know what, Dad? You're a fucking piece of shit. We're sick of it.
Yeah.
Tired the way you act. Tired the way you do it.
Throw your family under the family. Throw them under the bus if you have to. Go, look, Dad, you know I adore you, but
we voted you
my
off the island.
My family has done nothing but vote you off the island for like 30 years. I don't know what to do anymore, man.
Right.
You go on vacation, you don't help us out, you don't do this, that. But if you skipped out on a couple of vacations, to your point,
Yeah. Send a message.
yeah, you might find that he goes, fuck,
Yeah.
I didn't realize. Because it's possible he doesn't realize.
It's very
my
just set in his
dad,
way. Very stubborn. Very old school. Whatever.
my dad's in his 70s, and he, talking to me, he has said, it was just a different time when we were younger and having kids. When we were 25 years old, and it was like, my job was to go to work and keep food on the table and make sure the rent was paid and, keep lights on and all that. Like, that was my job. And I went to work and I did that all day. And then I came home and I wanted to relax and watch a little TV. And, I expected dinner to be done. And that was a shitty way to look at things. And I didn't realize at the time, because everybody did it, but I didn't realize what an unfair strain that was putting on your mom, who had 3 kids under 5, running around the house like mad fools. She's in charge of all of them completely on her own and expected to deal with dinner and everything else. And yeah, it's a lot. People have learned a lot more since then. Like, no. Just because your day ended here doesn't mean your life as a responsible parent ends.
Yeah. And exactly. And maybe, people are afraid that people are 100% willing to ask T-Roy for advice rather than address the situation themselves.
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
have the conversation. If it comes to an ultimatum of, hey, either you chill out or for the most part, it doesn't sound like it's that bad. You know what I mean? It's not like he's around, smacking bitches and shit. You know what I mean? He's got his quirks.
There's some of these ass T-Roys where it's like, oh yeah, my grandpa's a lush and gets fucking wasted around the kids.
Putting hands on her in such a bad way.
He's
things
such a
like
bad
that.
Our favorite one to date. Yeah, there's no doubt. And it's not a competition who's the worst and shittiest one out there, but
it's annoying. It's, it puts you off a bit, but is it worth losing a relationship for your father? Is it that egregious? I don't know. That's up to you to decide.
Yeah.
And put it to him. Like either you tone it down or we're gone. We're just not going to have this relationship. So I'll leave it in your hands. You can decide what's most important to you, being an asshole or having your family. Your choice.
Yeah.
But
Jin's parents adore him like no other,
I would hope so.
Only child and that kind of thing. And his kids.
Was he always?
All right. Anyway.
Only remaining child?
He's the only remaining child, yeah. Boy, oh boy. China's one policy is really they're gonna pay for that for generations.
Oh yeah, big
now
time.
that they have 15-1 males versus vagines.
Yep.
They didn't look,
No
again, the
long-term.
road to hell.
Yeah.
It's always paved with good intentions, but now you've got a system of dudes stuck jacking off in a corner because there's no bitches around.
Yep.
So
Population control.
yeah, but he's used to being kind of not coddled, but they had great expectations for him. Obviously, you're going to be a doctor or whatever. But he sees my dad, and he gets a first taste of the reality. And the fact is, a lot of that shit gets more difficult as you get older. You get more set in your ways. You get more, and maybe it's more downtime. Like my dad wasn't quite as anal about everything as he is now, where it was like maybe you just had to deal with the fact.
Well,
that
he probably was in his work life,
maybe,
and now he doesn't have all those details to obsess over. So
Right.
now he has to do that in his personal life and
he doesn't
everything
have
else.
kids in his house anymore. Where it was like, okay, if you have 3 kids all making messes all the time, what are you going to do? Just run around the house and beat them all day?
Yeah.
Like you can't do that. And so. He would fight the good fight while he could, and it was 4 against 1. My mom usually sided with us. It was like, Bob, they're fucking kids, whatever. But that stuff does wear out when he gets into a fight with a 2-year-old over the seat at the dinner table.
Right.
You know what I mean? Jen's like, I think we should stay at Uncle Mike's next time we're in town. It's like, Dad,
Right?
how do we feel about that? Is that a
Exactly.
good thing
Yeah.
that your fucking, grandkids don't want to stay here because
And that point has to be made, because if everybody else talks about it but never brings it up to him,
Yeah.
then the point never gets across.
oh, I took him to lunch.
yeah,
and talked about it.
exactly. That's what has to be done. Like so much of this stuff is just fucking nut up and say it.
Yeah.
What
you realize too is that family dynamics are so different.
Oh yeah.
Family to family. Like we were the family that got out the nice fucking Chinaware for Thanksgiving, and the table was set and candles and everything was nice. And then, I start dating a girl, and it's like they're paper plates and fucking, not handmade fucking mashed potatoes. It's just a bunch of fucking whipped up shit and like, here, have your stuff. No one's sitting together, and it's like, it's just different. We both grew up in the same country, but so many people are different. And that's the reality of what you have to deal with. Like, okay, we're doing Thanksgiving at my girl's parents' house today, and I'm just going to let you know.
Yeah.
There's going to be some fucking paper bowls and paper plates out, and maybe a jar of M&Ms on the table. Just fucking deal with it.
And what people are used to now, is nowhere near what things were like years ago
In the 50s.
And right, when these people were coming up, it's not that it's an excuse, but you have to at least understand that.
Yeah.
Where people's mindsets are, where their mentality is, what their philosophies are, things
Well,
like that. You have to at least understand it.
That's sort of what the frustrating part is to me, because you understand that every generation is different than the one before it, and hopefully a little further down the line, a little more progressive, a little more empathetic. Parents learn how to parent through what their parents' failings were and their grandparents' failings were. I mean, it used to just be commonplace, like just whip the shit out of your kid if it didn't do what you wanted.
Yeah.
Now you would at least look sideways at that parent. At least I would. A lot of people would.
Side eye.
Yeah. Come on, man. You really got to tan his ass every fucking day? But that's the reality. All right, let's do a couple emails.
All right.
Hello, gentlemen. Couldn't help but notice on Psalm 1750, approximately 51:17 in, whilst T. Roy was talking about Ticketmaster, that there seemed to be a clicking in the background. Now, being a chain smoker myself, I immediately thought Mike had an empty Bic lighter, has a piece of shit free lighter from the smoke shop that never works, more likely, or C, needs a fucking lighter. Thus, if I buy Mike a Zippo, would he use it or just throw it in a drawer when it ran out of fluid? Oh, for God's sakes. Any help I can do to help the show, I will. Humbly yours, Jeff. What say you?
What? Did he think you were clicking a lighter when I was talking about Ticketmaster? Is that what he's saying?
Yeah. Or, yeah. I don't even have a lighter on me during the show, usually. Sometimes I do. But I've never smoked during the show.
No.
And I've never
there clicking a lighter.
No. I mean,
Yeah,
a pen, but I don't even do that.
I don't. Me either. I never have a pen in my hand. Generally, no idea.
I don't either. More importantly, if he sent me a Zippo, depends on the logo you put on it.
Sure.
If you've got a Confederate flag in there,
Yeah.
I'm not carrying that around.
Watch
but,
it. Well,
you know.
Put a little effort in. Have a TDC logo put onto it, and yeah,
Oh,
damn
well,
right.
now that I'd use the shit up.
There you go.
Can you do that?
Yeah, you can have personalized Zippos made.
Okay.
Anything you want. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. Dude, TDC logo on a Zippo would be fucking dope.
Absolutely.
There you go.
Put it in the merch.
Thank you, Jeff. Tucker and Fox. Tucker and his attorney are 100% correct on Fox trying to violate his First Amendment right. Tucker isn't competing yet against Fox simply because he currently isn't getting paid for his Twitter talks. He isn't under contract with another company or media outlet. Remember, big tech social media isn't, well, media. It's a platform. Scott in Florida. That's a great point, Scott. And I tend to agree with you. I don't know that the courts will see it that way. It's changing quickly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. It'll be interesting. It will be a battle for sure. Let's see.
Canada fires. We'll go out on this one.
Okay.
Hey, guys, catching up on the podcast, listening to episode 1749. The smoke from the fires up there was pretty bad on our return home from Michigan, cutting across Ontario. Both my wife and our daughter were having serious breathing problems due to the smoke, but both have asthma, so they're more susceptible. But
Sucks to you, asthma piggy.
But it was pretty bad all the way to Niagara. Once we got back to Maine, though, all was good. And yes, fire is good. Hee. Proper forest management saves trees. Have a nice day. Steve, the Maine light anarchist.
I did see a follow-up on that. It was lightning, apparently. That we were talking about all those fires that started
at once.
No, there was somebody went back and basically took that video and like with an overlay of lightning strikes coming across the area, and it's literally like
on all of them.
Yeah, I mean like right across there, and then like a half hour later, and all these plumes come up or whatever. So,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah, you can actually see it.
Yeah, I would have been shocked if it was being set by
Well,
environmentalists.
that is just odd. you
Yeah.
know? And it
Oh,
would
it
have been
was
very
very
easy
odd.
to just come out and be like, oh yeah, it was a crazy, like somebody had to do that after the fact. Like it would have been like, oh
Yeah.
yeah, we just had a crazy lightning storm to start all these fires, but nobody was saying any of that.
Yeah, no, that went for 24 hours at least on Twitter and everything else.
Right.
It's crazy. Yeah, I know how that can be. I know Jen and Chris and the two kids, Reed's got a touch of the asthma, and Madison's really young. And when they've got those fires in Northern California all the time, that shit gets down to them hard and quick. And they, running eyes and headaches, and they can't breathe, a lot of coughing. And it's no bullshit. So we didn't really get hit hard here
No, not much, but
at all. My mom said it was worse in Brighton than it was here in Franklin. But
I noticed it a few times.
yeah, I did too. There was a haze
Depending
a
on the
little bit
the
over the
direction of
blue
the wind, I
skies.
guess.
Yeah, but
You get up. When I'm working out in Lake Orion, where vacation is living, or living is vacation.
Yeah.
It's very elevated over there. And
Yeah.
you can see forever, and like you get up that high and you can see that far. Really notice it.
yeah, I bet. Yeah.
Let's get out of here.
All right, let's do it. Sorry, everybody. Feeling a bit under the weather today. Hopefully
got
we'll be
almost
back
there.
tomorrow. But yeah, we did an hour and 12. Good enough. All right, everybody. Have a great rest of the day. Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow.